The time now is 7:30 p.m. It's Tuesday, September 17th, and we're calling to order the Public Affairs Committee meeting. We already had a moment of silent meditation and a Pledge of Allegiance. Madam Clerk, can we please get a roll call?
Roll call. Chairperson Roman.
Here.
Vice Chair is not in. Pubillos. Member Nickerson.
Here.
Also present for the record, Janice Jacoby, Village Clerk, Interim Attorney, Village Norman Powell, and Village Manager Cristiello.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Okay, so do I have I don't have anything else to add to the agenda. Do we have a move to approve the agenda?
I'll move to approve the agenda, Madam Chair.
Okay, moved by Vice Mayor Nickerson. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the minutes. Did you get a chance to review the minutes?
I have not, Madam Chair.
Okay, I did review the minutes. Are you okay with us moving?
I am, Madam Chair. I'll move to approve the minutes.
Okay, I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, now I'll open it up to Good and Welfare. Anyone in Good and Welfare want to come up? Okay, no, we'll move on to the agenda item G1 tracking report. Okay. So we'll move quickly. Unfortunately, I don't have the actual expenses for the events, and so the column of actual expenses, the budget's there, but the actual expenses is not updated. Hopefully, we can get that updated by the next meeting in November. At this moment, anything on the website that you want to address? Village manager or clerk?
No. Actually, I think we are changing so the videos can be more easier access because some people were complaining that they weren't able to see the videos.
Okay.
So the tab, you have to go into meetings, and then you would have to go into council, and then you would have to, so we're gonna try to move that around so it can be more user-friendly.
So the location?
The location.
Okay. So
it's gonna be still under council meetings, but it's gonna be more visible. So when you go over the tab, it's an easier access for it.
Okay.
But they can also, I wanna let them know, they can also go to YouTube and put a portal, and we have them all in YouTube as well.
Okay, excellent. Is there, so quick question, is there a way to put it on the front page or no? Since it's a YouTube?
I asked, I wanted it to have its own tab, but they said it didn't fit.
Well, not a tab, but like
in the front to run.
You know how in the front sometimes we have whatever's being discussed right now, or the newsletter, the last newsletter, can we put it, the last meeting there?
That, yeah, like each meeting, so it can just easy access, so they can just scroll through it.
Just the last meeting.
She has to play with, because it's such an outdated website.
Okay.
That's what she was telling me. She has to play with some denominators that may not be possible until we bring it up to where we need to bring it to.
Okay.
But that is a good idea, and that's one of the things I also thought about, because it's easier.
Right.
Once you open it, you don't have to go in, you don't have to go here, you know. It's easy to keep the current for every meeting. Yeah.
Okay, so if you could just double check with her. And then,
I will.
Okay. Excellent. Anything else to add, Christia?
No, we met with the, well, what am I saying? No, yes. I met with the mayor and Sarah about the website and just going over page by page what we'd like to see change. She's doing a slow change on everything. It takes a little time, and also making sure it's ADA compliant, which it is. By the way, thank you, Clerk, for the article about
yes, I don't know if you guys, that's what I was going to bring up. You guys saw the article regarding the ADA, which was very good.
Very good that, you know, these
very informative on what
are very helpful. But we are ADA compliant, and some of the items that were on the website that we could not transfer over or could not, we had to remove it, which is okay. We can archive it in a way that it's still accessible, but it's just not on the website. So we are continuing to work on those things. We'll be amplifying every department and page, including my own, and those things are happening very quickly.
Okay, excellent. Anything, Vice Mayor?
No, thank you, Madam Chair.
All right, the next thing that we have, so the first two items on the agenda were on the tracking report or the website. So one is the maintenance, the second one is the overall website. So we covered those. The next thing is the Horseman Middle School. I do want to add, just in case the rest of the council and administration has not seen this yet, but Horseman invited us to attend a meet and greet. They're calling it the Sandy Hook Promise, and it's taking place on Wednesday, October 23rd at 8:30. And so I have already replied to them and told them that I will be in attendance, but it'd be great if
We all can go.
we can, as many of us can go.
as possible.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Anything to
Well,
add, Christine?
Just that, yes, I think we should all go. I think that's an important thing for us to show some support for our school. And we plan to attend. I know I did forward that email to Councilperson Urban yesterday as well. So it would be nice to see a full show of our council there.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing that. Anything else on Horseman?
No, thank you, Madam Chair.
Well, I have one.
Yep.
Just to let you know, as we were going over the budget, we did move the Horseman Middle School funding. We have to redo this. We're going to reallocate that for an event because we have some other things we're working on with Horseman, which I'll discuss with
Right.
you just to get you up to date on budget.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you.
Sure.
All right. The next thing, Vice Mayor, it's yours. It's
Yeah,
Welcome Wagon.
the welcome wagon. Last time we spoke, I was going to bring you guys the samples on the papers. I'm coming straight from court, which is why I'm dressed like this. So it's my apologies. I definitely will have them for next time. I'm coming straight from court. You guys saw me jump out of the Uber, so I didn't have time to go by. And as a matter of fact, what's interesting about the last meeting that we didn't have quorum for was, in my head I was like, you know what, I can run home while they're doing the meeting and grab it real quick, but we didn't have quorum, so unfortunately I wasn't able to do that. So definitely I'll have to bring those packets, and they're packets showing different possibilities of what we can use. That's what they are. So I'll definitely bring that next time. Thank you very
Christia, one
much.
of the things that I had here was that you were going to look into the occupancy.
Yes.
Did you get a chance to do that?
Yes, we do have had a change in staff with our front office, well, the whole office, what am I saying? And yes, so that is a part of what we will now be doing is, reviewing with our realtors, et cetera, just people who come in. And we actually had a new resident come in yesterday. We asked them to sign in, got their address and everything. So we'll be collecting. Our new staffer, Miriam Herrera, will be collecting those names. And I think it'd be a good idea for us to maybe do it once a month, or, we collect that and then perhaps send out the welcome wagon information. But yes, we're collecting that now.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. So that's good because now we're confirming by that there's a way to track,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
Who moves in.
Right, and that may not capture everyone, but we're asking the realtor as well as whomever comes in when they identify, then we are keeping a list of that.
Okay. Are we enforcing the reoccupancy permits or?
Yes, we are.
We are. Okay,
So
and when the realtors put out the signs, I believe that's part of we require a permit?
Yes, and it's supposed to. I don't know that always happens. That's why I'm saying this is what we're developing.
Well, I
it.
think
don't
it's
know.
great now with our new code enforcement that we can, possibly look at that, and
Yeah.
that could be additional revenues.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. All righty. Anything else in the welcome wagon?
No, thank you, Madam Chair. I appreciate it.
Okay, excellent. The next item that we have is the newsletter. Thank you to everyone that sent in an article. This was a very robust newsletter.
Yes.
We received quite a bit. Everything, it's been emailed to all of the residents, and I believe now volunteers should be passing it out. I actually need to go and pick up my copies so that I can pass them out. But if there's anyone that would like to volunteer on the council or to...
Well, all of them that are, I'll be passing them out too, so.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent.
For sure.
Wonderful. And then the next, so this came out a little bit late, but the fall newsletter will be due November 15th. I believe it's the date. Wait, I'm sorry. That was changed to October 28th. I didn't change it here. So October 28th, if you're going to submit your articles, please submit them by then. I believe I sent it save the date, but I'm not sure. I'll confirm that. If not, I'll send one. So that everybody remembers. I saw some emails for the role models breakfast. I believe we're confirmed for next year.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Village Clerk. So we're all set for that. Now it's important for the administration and the council to RSVP. If you are going to attend, please let the clerk know. So I believe we have a table of 10?
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay. So we have a table of 10. Let's make sure that there's no empty seats, please. It is a long weekend. Some of us might be out of town, but those of us that will be here, please try to attend if you possible. And that makes us a sponsor, correct? Does that make us the table?
Yeah, I think it's a silver sponsor.
A silver sponsor. So, the next thing on anything on that, Vice Mayor?
No,
I know
thank
that you did, I think there was a discussion at some point, maybe during budget?
Yeah, during budget, we spoke about that, and things like that, but no, I have no questions about it at this time. We're good.
Okay. The next thing is which was already done, the senior luncheon, so we don't need to go over that. Arbor Day took place already. Easter, we're still waiting for all those actual expenses. Easter didn't take place, but it is taking place next year. We discussed it at budget. And then the Operation Village-wide cleanup did not take place. I believe that the mayor said at the last committee meeting that she wanted to move that towards the fall, but
I believe so, yeah. I believe she said she.
I haven't heard anything.
No, not yet.
Okay, and that's, Christia, that typically takes place with the police department.
Right.
So if maybe you want to go over it with our new chief and the staff and find out what they propose for that.
Okay.
For this year.
And in the past, I don't know how to remember, but in the past, we also did with Horace Mann's involved in that
Right.
also.
Yes, in the past we have,
Yeah,
yes.
so I don't know.
So
That's something else to
it
keep
was
in
a
mind.
collaboration
It was a
between the police department, residents,
Yes.
and Horace Mann.
Yes.
So,
Anything that you want to add to that?
No, I was just trying to remember. I've done these village-wide cleanups. Didn't we do one this year? We did.
No.
Okay.
not yet.
We're just cleaning up.
So it was going to be in March, but that was moved.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had a lot of events back to back and not enough manpower, so. Okay, so then the Little River cleanup was also moved. I didn't see a new date for that. Did anybody see?
October? I believe Christia McLean says October. I believe she said October.
October?
Yeah, I believe she said October.
Okay, so
So-
I'll email Kristen to get a new date, and then I'll advise everyone via the clerk what the date is for the cleanup, since we're not going to meet again before that, for the committee.
Yeah.
The next thing on the agenda is the League of Cities dinner, which already took place. We don't need to discuss that. The annual 5K, again, we're waiting for the actual expenses, but we did get a whole lot of support for that. All of the sponsors were thanked on the newsletter, so all the information is on there. And then same thing with our 4th of July celebration. We still are waiting for the actual expenses. God bless you. We had a great national night out and backpack giveaway. Thanks to everyone here that helped out with that. I know that there was a lot of hands on deck for that. It turned out great. The next thing is the State of the Village, which took place, and it was a great attendance. It was a wonderful event. Some great pictures came out of that and great information. So we're looking forward to next year. I don't believe, I think we had a sponsor for that, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So we had a sponsor. So we'll just need to update all these expenses.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And then the next thing is Halloween. That we do need to discuss. We discussed having it. I know the mayor said she was going to discuss it with a couple of residents that may want to chair it. I haven't heard anything. So assistance is definitely needed. We talked about perhaps moving the location at the last committee meeting. I think I had suggested either Sherwood Forest or on the west side, since we have not done this on the west side. So I don't know if, Vice Mayor, you have any comments or anything?
No, I think your suggestions were perfect. I think moving every year is wonderful. I think that's the best thing to do for the village. Did we discuss as far as like the scale?
We didn't discuss anything. Just
Because-
moving it and maybe getting some residents to assist.
Yeah, because the scale, like, to me, is like the biggest question, right? Because we went from like a huge event to like last year, like a really, really small. Are we doing something in the middle this year? I mean,
I don't think last year we did anything.
well, last year it was
Candy
it was
giveaway.
candy. It was just
Right.
candy.
Yeah, he
there was
stationed
candy
candy.
here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was
And
just-
some people came.
they did?
Councilperson Mathis. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Of course, they were expecting. A lot of them he had to turn away because they were expecting
A
that
party
whole.
and like everything,
But,
block party.
So changing location is really the best idea because they already know. So.
There
Yeah.
was the walking. I do recall that some residents had put together a walking tour up for Halloween last year too.
To
That
the
was like-
houses, right?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
like
they did?
a stop and a map and all that. So
To make it locally.
as a way to.
We're not supposed to open it up
I
to
know.
good and welfare
I just
right
wanted
now, but
to.
since we do have the former
No, I just
chair,
wanted to let you know what was going on with it.
Name and address for the record.
Harold Mathis, 420 Northeast 90th Street. What happened last year was I spoke with a lot of the parents who wanted the kids to do a traditional trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
So we had a little candy station here, but we used the map from next door, and residents marked their homes where they were giving out candy or where they had a little haunted house or something. So that's what they did last year.
How many kids? How many
Got it.
kids would you say attended? It's like
Our residents?
yeah.
We had pretty nice number for our residents, but there were more people that weren't a part of the village that were coming here to figure out, what happened. So,
So I think, Madam Chair, if I may.
Yes.
So I think that the largest question, being that we're in September, man, like we're like mid, almost the end
Yeah,
of
it needs to-
September.
The planning needs to start now.
Yeah, so I think the largest question is what's the scale of the event going to be? Are we going medium? Are we going the same thing they did last year where, it was really super small and a lot of people didn't even know about it? Not to say that, I wasn't saying that disrespecting it like it was so small, like, it wasn't to be thought of. I wasn't saying it for that reason. I'm just saying, the scale. That's basically what I'm trying to say. We need to figure out what scale we're going to do. Do we have a budget? How big is the budget going to be?
So we do have a budget, and our budget is $1,500, which is not a lot.
But is that
we don't have that.
But we changed
We
that.
don't?
I think we changed that that's what I'm saying. We changed that in the budget.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, that was that. We changed that for the budget
Right.
this year.
Okay.
And so that's
then
what-
we have less?
We have a lot less,
A lot.
but we are reallocating some things in public affairs, reallocating some monies based on the donations, et cetera. That's what we're still waiting for. So I'm going to recommend there are a couple of things on the list that don't have funding. So whatever the pot is that we can reallocate, we'll distribute like that, and I can go over that with you. I'm all for allocating some funds, but for right now, Halloween doesn't have any funding. Well, it has $200 in funding.
Okay, so Halloween falls on a Thursday this year. And typically we start at 6, is that correct?
Yeah, we
Yeah?
started 6.
Okay, so we start at 6 typically, and if we change locations, my question is, if we change it to somewhere like the Sherwood Forest, do we need to run it by the residents there, or that might be too close to our previous location? So maybe we can, I think my intuition is telling me to take it to the west side, just because we have not had it on the west side and we haven't had any events on the west side. And then we can we have several options there on the west side that we can maybe not, well, we have to discuss it.
well, okay, if I may, Madam.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You finish.
Go ahead.
But what I was going to say was, okay, Councilperson Mathis, when you guys had the walk around and the people pinned their homes, did you guys make it to the west side?
Well, they had, and I was going to suggest this, that we speak to Maribel Fruitstone, because the Women's Club actually were the parents who came and said that they wanted their kids to have a traditional trick-or-treating. And they're the ones that, they're the ones that targeted the homes, but it was widespread throughout the village. There were certain key points that we paid for them to have candy at those locations, but when I looked at the map, and I think I have a copy of it. When I looked at the map, it was pretty sporadic throughout the village, and people participated. How it turned out, I didn't hear anything bad about it. I didn't hear anything else. But I think if we're going to do something, to put it on the west side, either the nature trail or maybe Horace Mann, since we have this great partnership, do something there.
I think it all falls down, Madam Chair, for me. I think it all falls down to budget, right? Because if we're going to put something on the west side, which I think we should do, I mean, even if we put in the nature trail or something with Horace Mann, like we have to decorate it and stuff. Cause like if we put something over there and it looks ridiculous, then it might just be better sticking with what they did last year and just taking people all around through the east side and west side and pinpoint certain homes with a police escort with the lights in the front. So we have to have the budget to be able to decorate what we're going to do if we're moving it to the west side. Like if we're moving it to the west side and we want it to be represented, it has to look good. Otherwise we're going to be like, what the hell are you talking about moving it to the west side? Well, this is ridiculous. Like this is horrible.
I don't know how many people, we also have a lot of participants down the street, like a lot of residents where they give out stuff.
Right.
So I don't know the participation on that side, how it is. And over here, we do have a lot. And obviously the most expensive is candy. Candy is not cheap.
Well, whether it's on the east side or west side or Sherwood Forest, what I'm saying is if we don't find the money to be able to decorate, whether it doesn't matter where it is, east side, west side, or Sherwood Forest, then we shouldn't have a location for it. We should do what they did last year and just have kids walk throughout the whole village with a police escort with houses pinpointed and candy on certain corners pinpointed. Because otherwise, we don't have
so did the houses, because last year, I mean, I was here, but I don't remember like seeing anything big in terms of the kids moving around. So did the kids just go to the houses, or did they have a table outside?
There were a couple, the homes that we paid for candy, they had tables outside.
Okay.
But throughout the village, you can go into the map. There's a map on next door, and a little candy cone comes up, and it just lets them know that you have candy.
I sort of like that, because then they can, you know how we decorate the tables?
Yeah.
Then we could just decorate the table at each of those homes, and it kind of gets the old-fashioned feel of kids moving through the village.
Madam Chair? If you want, I'll talk to Maribel. I'm going to actually see her tomorrow, and I will get a gist of what they did and how they organized it, because if I'm not mistaken, it was her and Zamira. They were the ones that came to me and said that the kids wanted to do this. So I can get with them and find out how they went about it and the logistics, how they picked the particular homes. On my block, I know for a fact that it was David Ward. And not only did he pass out candy, but he also passed out Crime Watch stuff. So, I mean, it's a benefit for us to have the villagers walk through the village and get stuff like that.
I mean, I don't know, what just came to my mind was, how we do for Christmas, the caroling?
Yeah.
And there's like the wagon with the kids, and then you have the cars, and some kids can walk. Like, I don't know if maybe we can
playing Halloween music and stuff.
And then having like maybe the truck or something with, I don't know, like spooky stuff on it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It might be cheaper too.
And it might be cheaper. And then we can go to the house, to the corners of the village.
Yeah.
And then the kids that want to participate, they can walk, or the parents can drive them. I don't know, I just kind of had that vision.
I think it was a great thing too. It really made it feel like it was community. Halloween. Yeah. Right. And then again, my whole thing was that there were people that were coming that not members of the residents of the village that were coming in and taking away from our villagers. So
I'll reach out if you like to the women's club, and then because maybe they can help or have some ideas. I don't know. Didn't they have the wagon or somebody?
They did have Christmas, well.
For the
Maribel usually organizes all of that.
So I'm
but
wondering
yeah.
if we could get like something similar. I just for Halloween.
That'd be nice with some pumpkins on it.
With pumpkins and just decorate it, and then we can solicit residents on Nextdoor and via email to please start letting us know now if they're interested in having a table outside of their home.
And to also mark the
So
map.
that we can mark the map, and then having stations throughout the village, so the east side and the west side
Can participate.
can participate.
And actually, West Side gave up more candy.
Really? Okay, so
It's
we can
probably more
have,
economical.
both. And do we still have decorations?
We should have some. I mean, we have to look. Yeah, we have to look. We should have some decorations.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then that way we can have the tables, like, give them some decorations and participate that way.
Yeah.
And I will man the table if we're going to have one here again.
You will not?
I will.
Oh, you will? Oh, okay. All right, so I think
Yeah, I think
that
that's good.
might be, okay, so we have a little bit of a plan.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so I'll contact the Women's Club about their participation
And the wagon.
and wagon. And then, I mean, maybe we could put, because I did, Edgar did reach out to me. He likes to participate during Halloween. He's our DJ, our resident DJ. And maybe he can be on the wagon or something with the music and,
He did reach out to me. He told me he was going to reach out to you. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm big on Halloween. I want to participate.
right. So maybe he can be a part of whether it's the wagon or truck or something with the music. I don't know. All right.
And Madam Chair, if I may.
Yes.
Either Madam Manager or Councilperson Mathis, I know like every year usually the mayor at her school
She
has
does.
something. Did she do that last year also?
She did.
Yes.
She also did
Okay,
it.
well then that'd be a
So
good
the-
ending point for the wagon then. You know, like if
Right.
they could go around there, here, start here, go to the west side, come back and end up at Claudia's school, the mayor's school, and she always has a big thing at her school, so that'd be,
Yeah, it was
it was
It was a
good.
party.
big last
It
year.
was big?
It was
It was a
big,
party.
big.
Well, because we
And a
She
lot of
made it a
people,
party because-
and it's funny because a lot of people did end up,
At
you
her
know,
school.
yeah, because I was speaking to a lot of the residents. They were like, "Oh, we just trick or treated through the village," and
Okay, but I think that if we start soliciting the residents already, maybe we could get more participation, more
For sure.
prepared, and strategically locate the spots like we have for like the Women's Club has done for the caroling, where they stop at a different block. I think that would be a good idea. It'll bring some Halloween spirit.
For sure.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'll reach out to them, and then I will email the clerk so that we can figure out who else needs to assist with this, and maybe make some calls to residents or send out an email or whatever. Sound good?
Sounds perfect.
All right, thank you all.
Thank you, Madam
All the
Chair.
minds came together.
That's what it's all about.
Okay, turkey giveaway. I believe that we're doing it here. Or
Yeah.
did something, the mayor said something about,
The mayor said here because usually she's because it's through the League of Cities.
Right.
And since she's the president, she's doing it here, so we don't have to go pick them up.
Right.
Because we usually have
The
to go pick them
pickup is going to be here. That's
Okay,
what
so
she
the
said.
The
pickup-
pickup would be here, so everybody will come here.
It has to come to us.
The
okay,
benefits
but
of
we don't have a
of
date
being
yet, right?
president.
No, I don't think so. I'm not too sure.
Would you mind contacting her and finding
Yeah.
out what date for that? And so that the council can be here?
Yeah, we should.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, Madam Chair, if I may, we definitely, for this year, if not for any other year, we definitely for this year should all try to be here for the turkey giveaway, because if the mayor, being president of League of Cities, are bringing, you're talking about individuals from all other cities
Right.
coming here,
Yeah.
so it should look, we have to make El Portal look good, you guys. So we should all be here.
Right, which is why it's important to get the date sooner than
Yeah.
later, so
Yeah.
that we
Yeah.
can
I'll
all
email her.
plan
We
accordingly.
should make sure the Village Hall looks nice that day.
Okay.
Have the TV. Yeah, have the TVs
And
on.
then the next item that we have is Christmas. And the committee did discuss that we do want to do something for Christmas, for the holidays. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Madam Chair.
I don't remember any details. We were supposed to discuss it at this meeting.
Yeah, and I was just saying, that's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say because the last time we had the committee meeting, there was a discussion about what happened last time because the discussion was first about the date because last time,
Right.
last Christmas, it was myself and Councilperson Mathis. Remember Councilperson Mathis, we were here. The Women's Club put a movie on in the back in the tot lot. That was, they had the popcorn and stuff. They had their machines back there. That was cool.
We did the
clerk was
ornaments
here.
and
Yeah,
taking
we did
pictures of the
ornaments.
residents to
They
put
did
on
the
the tree.
ornaments.
They loved it.
The train came with Santa Claus, and so what we discussed last time was that the mayor said we usually put it on the same date where the train comes with Santa Claus, but we were trying to figure out if we wanted to do that because that sometimes comes, I don't know what date it comes, but I think she was saying last committee meeting that sometimes it's later so that a lot of people are already in their vacation. They're already
on
gone.
vacation,
So we were
right.
trying to figure out, do we want a big event like that the same day the train comes, which I think is wonderful because the kids are here and they run out to the train, or do we want to do it before before some people actually leave for vacation and it won't be on the same date as the train?
Okay, so what I have here is that we had said Tuesday, December 3rd,
Yes, it
which
was
I
early.
didn't,
That's early.
as a date, so that it was the tree trimming with
Wait.
kids and food trucks, and Santa says no. It's what I have on my notes.
You said Santa was a no?
December
It was no,
Yeah,
Santa.
because
no.
Santa comes later, so that's what the
With a Santa, yeah.
Well, you still have
like what we
Santa.
have done
We
in the
have Santa.
past. We've
Yeah.
always had
Yeah.
Santa,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Right? So,
We
yeah.
have
Yeah, so that's what I have on my notes. That's as far as what we got for Christmas. So we have a date, and I guess we should have, I mean, this is an event we do every year, or, you know.
Last year it was with the help of the Women's Club. They did their thing back there where they showed a movie and I think they took to sell some stuff and all we did in here was the ornaments. That's what we did from our side. Arts and crafts, you know, the pictures, getting the families here together and from there they moved on back there after the train. We didn't have a Santa last year, but we do have had a Santa every year.
Right, yeah.
I think there was a problem with the train, that the train was coming in too early this year and that's why we're having, I don't know, December 3rd, something happened.
Actually, the train, it's more precise
Yeah.
when it comes to the timing now. What was happening was they were getting a delay in Palm Beach County because they had received more kids had come to the train than they had anticipated. So they were late the year before. Last year, they were actually on time within 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think we should really look at it because whether we're having an event or not, they're going to stop there.
It's such a good.
So, I mean, it's basically the last stop. So they're going to stop there.
Okay, so I wasn't here last year.
They're going to stop there and then,
It's a
It
wonderful.
stops here and
And what
then.
is it? It's
they-
Santa?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Santa, but they.
and the
collect
kids get a
toys.
train, they get a train.
No, they collect toys
the-
for them.
the
They don't
train-
give the kids here. They just
Oh,
give them
they
like a little
collect
bag.
toys.
Yeah,
It's a-
for that
it's a
toys.
toy collection.
Yeah,
But they give out,
they give out like a little
they
bag.
give a
for the
little
kids and then
care basket, yeah.
like a little
I mean,
train.
the train. I mean, the train comes in full whistles blown, bells,
Bells,
ring.
everything.
It's huge. It's like it's.
But I'm not too
humongous.
sure if it was close to Thanksgiving this year.
No.
That's why. When is it?
This year?
Yeah.
I can check. I can actually check the Florida East Coast Railroad's website, and it gives you and I mean it's precise. I mean it's down to the minute. Like I said, it was 2 minutes last year, but
I mean the streets
I
blocked
think
off.
what it was is that it's later in the year
That's
and
what it
we're
is.
not gonna have like the tree out like we have
That's what it is.
always.
We put it in here.
So, yeah.
That's the problem. So that's the
So that was the
that's
concern.
decision.
The concern was the tree not, us not having the big celebration where the tree is and most of,
And some of
a
us
lot
being gone
And a lot of
also.
people being gone on vacation
So that's the difference.
for the holidays, which is a discussion. So if we do move it, we could always it's all about communicating to the residents. I didn't know that the train came by,
That's wonderful. It's a wonderful.
So.
Yeah, kids come out. Almost all the kids that are
Oh,
born,
it's
they come out.
this whole
They
street
know it
in the
already.
front is
so
all
they know, so they're
children.
They know they're gonna come
Yeah,
out. They know it.
This whole street in the front was all children. It was, the street
Yeah.
was blocked off. It was filled. The whole place
Little
was
kids.
filled up with little
They
kids.
line up.
So they're gonna come out, so it's just a matter of whether or not we want to do it before,
Yeah, or-
if it's too late, or if we do it at the
Yeah.
same time. But if it's late in the year,
might be a problem.
then, well, we just won't have a tree outside. We'll have to, I like having the tree outside.
I like the
It makes you look, yeah.
I mean, we
Looks
can do,
festive.
look, we can do the tree dedication, right? On December the 3rd.
The tree trimming.
Tree trimming on December. on-
3rd.
Is it trimming or are we trimming a tree?
You turn it on.
Well, you turn it on. That's what they call it.
That's what they call it, right? Tree,
Yeah.
The tree trimming. On December 3rd, and then.
Trim it, but-
like, are we?
Back in the day, you used to
Yeah,
trim it.
yeah, they used to be, yeah, back in the day, it used to be that, yeah. So we had the tree trimming on December 3rd, and then, maybe, I guess for anybody, I don't know,
Okay, and we'll, okay,
then we'll
so I'll
discuss
start
beyond.
calling around for food trucks.
yeah.
And then where do we get the tree?
We get it from down here, from, what's it? Cape, yeah.
So do we need to reserve it?
No, he already knows.
He already knows?
I mean, we have to go down there.
Right.
But
Yeah, you
I
have to
just
go
get
get
there, and when he sees me, he's like, okay, I already know the mayor, yeah.
Okay, so can we then make the coordinate so that on the tree's here for Tuesday, December 3rd?
And I think they start right after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, they
You should
start
see the
then.
trees.
No, they
and-
start, yeah,
They
start.
start like, I think even a little bit before Thanksgiving. They're getting like earlier and earlier with the trees now, so
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it's right down the street, I think, yeah.
Okay.
That wouldn't be.
We'll
Okay.
go get our-
Yeah.
So we'll go get the tree, and then we should have ornaments still, right?
Yeah, we have that.
Yeah, yeah.
And lights and all of that, so that's fine. So then what I'll do is I'll start calling food trucks
Yes.
so that we can get some food trucks here for that day.
That'd be cool.
Very good.
Do we want?
And then
Sorry.
we need to solicit a Santa. We gotta find out if the North Pole has one to send us.
That would be nice.
For all the kids watching at home. Madam Chair, do we want December 3rd, we have the food trucks, we have the Santa, do we want a way to play Christmas music? Do we want a DJ? Do we want it to be that kind of like
Usually they
party
mix it with the
event,
carol.
party type of?
Don't they mix it? We mixed it in with the caroling of
Yeah.
the kids. That they start here and then they move along.
Okay, so I'll.
So you have to talk to the women's club.
I'll
Yeah.
speak to the women's club. I usually do, I'm surprised they haven't contacted me yet for the events. They usually, but I'll speak to them and find out if they want to do that. If not, then
Maybe we should have a
we'll
DJ.
ask Edgar
Yeah, play.
to play some Christmas
Even some
music.
food trucks, if you don't want to spend the money, some food trucks come with music too. They'll play the music.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we've
Oh,
had it
okay.
where they play the music
Okay,
loud enough.
right. All right. Okay, so we have a party.
Very good.
Just need to plan it. All right, so we've got Christmas. We spoke about Halloween and Christmas. Our next thing is town halls. Do we have any town halls coming up?
I haven't heard of any.
No?
Not a town hall.
Not, anything that,
Well,
workshops?
possibly, yes. We're actually, I know we talked in another committee about RFP for waste disposal, but our waste management agreed to come and talk to our residents in a workshop forum, I guess, to just address some of the complaints that they've been getting, so.
Oh, we should do that.
We should.
Well, we should, but we, also just know that if we're doing this RFP too.
Right.
So,
Well, we can mitigate any issues
Yeah.
before, I mean, if we're not going to start until January with the new
True.
contract.
that's true.
Then
So at
maybe
least
we could
get
do
through it.
something for
So perhaps.
mid-October, early November.
Okay.
On a Saturday?
I'm good with
Yeah?
that. I'm fine with that. We
Okay, so if you
look at
could
our
pick some
calendar.
dates and then just
Yeah.
let me know, and then we'll coordinate that. Because maybe what I'll do is I'll have the recycle
Yeah, yeah.
come as well, and we'll just have
Okay.
another waste management recycle.
And I'd like to add the MPDES people too. Our consultant, Mike Gambino, because he has a lot to tell us about what you can put in the lawn that would be runoff for stormwater. And
Oh, yeah.
so that's helpful too. That goes along with
Yeah,
that. So
that'd be great.
Okay.
What is their name? So I can write it down?
I'll tell you offline.
Okay, perfect. All right. Okay, sounds good. Anything else, Vice Mayor, on that?
Just really quick, a quick question for the manager.
Yes.
Madam Manager, in your opinion, and also Chair Roman, in your opinion, because when we were talking about them coming out, you mentioned, well, we know we're going to be putting out an RFP, and I was just curious that is it your kind of like hesitation to where since they're coming out to do, they would be coming out to do this for the residents for free for them, maybe they won't be so willing to do it if we have RFP out on them?
Well, no, my hesitation was only that it may not be necessary if they're going to be replaced soon, but you know, I don't know. So I'm
Yeah, we
going to
don't
be
know what's
meeting
gonna
with them.
happen.
Yeah, we don't know what's going to, they may win
And it's
the.
good to mitigate.
Yeah. I was just, that's what
So, and I agree with that. So I'm going to be meeting with them next week to discuss, you know, a possible workshop, town hall, whatever we're going to
Okay.
call it. So I'll give you all some information based on that meeting. Also, I wanted to say about a town hall workshop. We did have a comprehensive plan meeting number 2
Right.
last weekend, last Saturday, or Saturday before
yeah.
last. It was better attended than the first one, a very robust conversation with promises to come back and do it again. But we have a deadline of getting in our amendments for our comprehensive plan for January. So Juan and Camila from Placerbia are well on track for getting that ready, and there's an online survey where residents can weigh in on the comprehensive plan from the privacy of their own home, and we got a lot of good feedback from that meeting. Councilperson Urban was there, as well as Mayor Cubillos, and I don't know who. Oh, and I know the clerk was there as well. But it was a robust discussion, very informative, and I think we have some good things to take for our amendments.
Good. We had a organic practices town hall back in March. Part of the reason why I was asking about during our admin and finance our contracts, because I said that we would have another town hall, and I'm going to get some information, Christia, to you to see if we can possibly move forward with entertaining being pesticide free in our public areas, which you said we are, but it's not official, so it's not something that's been, you know, that it's just how we're behaving, but it's not to say that future administration can't undo that. So there's been an ordinance or something that was passed, I think in North Miami, and then Miami Shores was looking into something.
Okay.
And I have the details, which I will forward on to you so that we can discuss it, you and I can meet.
Yes.
And then we can bring that to the council for review.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. The next thing, we had the Fences Town Hall, and then we're discussing that at the next P&Z, correct?
Yes, you are. Mm-hmm. That's
Okay,
right.
so that was the next thing on the tracking report. One thing that I did not put in the tracking report yet, I forgot, was the home of the month, because we said we were moving that. So if I could just discuss real quick. So I believe the August home, it was being still voted on. I saw some emails going up, but we are up to date up to July, and all of the homes are listed on the village website, but I did want to mention them in case people wanted to drive by and take a look. Our January winner was 336 Northeast 86th Street, the home of Lourdes Byrne. February winner was 115 Northwest 86, home of Nitida Corres. Hope I'm pronouncing the names correctly. March winner was 453 Northeast 89th Street, the home of Judy Meister and her daughter Audrey. April, 133 Northwest 88th Street, home of John King. May winner was 8895 Northeast 4th Avenue, home of Joseph Jungworth and Helga Jungworth. June winner was 136 Northwest 90th Street, home of David Alvarez. And then July winner was 102 Northeast 86th Street, Jerome Jean Louis Fayol and Jorge Orobitig. So those are the homes that were awarded for Home of the Month so far this year. It's great because there's a lot more homes that are coming in. So we do welcome for council and administrative staff to go ahead and nominate homes if you like, so please keep those in mind. People get really happy when they get the signs. The signs are getting old, so I have asked the committee to please take a look at where we can get them replaced. I like what we have because it looks very El Portal-ish. So, but they don't weather as well. So we're looking into it, and we did put some money aside for that, which I hope made the budget. And if not, I can take it out of, I think
no. We'll be fine for that.
We'll be fine for that.
We're
Okay.
fine for
So
signage
we'll
like
figure
that, and
it
it may be under Public Works.
Public Works, okay, perfect. So that was that, and then I forgot to mention in the newsletter that I did add a couple of items that I thought were important to the newsletter. It's part of public affairs. One was the outdoor feeding of animals. There's a lot of that happening throughout the village. I'm seeing it when I'm walking the dog. Residents are seeing it and commenting it to me. So that's why I decided to add some information on there as to educate everyone as to why this is not good. It's not that we don't love our animals, but they don't really need to be fed human food. And so
very, very good picture of the raccoon because we have so many raccoons in the village.
Right.
That's so accurate.
When I saw that,
It's
I had
so
a resident who
accurate.
actually came to complain about that. And I'm like, wow, I wonder if she took that picture. And that's exactly what she told me. Somebody's feeding the cats, but also the raccoons. I'm like, really?
Right.
So when I saw the picture, I was like, wow.
It's so accurate. When I saw you put that in, I was like, look at that.
That's a really good picture.
So yeah, so I can't. I think I gave credit.
Yeah,
there.
you gave credit.
Okay, I gave credit.
Yeah, you gave credit. You gave credit. Yeah, I saw
I
that.
gave the photo credit.
I saw that.
And then the other thing is, and this, I'm really surprised because this is the first time that I'm seeing such an increase of poop not being picked up. Dog poop. So, it's all about education, and I'm seeing it on the sidewalks, which is really
Really bad,
disturbing.
yeah.
And so, residents, please read the newsletter and take a look as to why these two items are so important. And I like to maybe, I don't know if I know we don't want to have a lot of signage, it's not necessarily that environmental, but
You want to clean up after your dog signage?
yeah,
Your dog or something.
the clean up after your dog
Dog
signs, I feel like,
Yeah. Those aren't really
I mean,
that.
what do
Those
we
aren't
do?
really that large. They're not. Meaning that they probably won't cost. I mean, all signage cost, but they probably won't cost too much. Like it's not a huge sign. The clean up your dog signs they're pretty small. It's just we had this problem years ago. Councilperson Mathis might remember because we were both on the council. This was a while ago with people cleaning up after their dogs, and I forgot what we did, Councilperson Mathis, but we somehow made we made a kind of like a big voice about it. I remember. I forgot what we did, but we somehow made it. Yeah, we somehow made it known, like, hey, guys, clean up after your
well,
dogs.
a lot of cities, give fines.
Fines, yeah.
So
Yeah, I think that's what we started to do.
I don't know if, I don't remember seeing anything in our.
No, we
Code.
just had the cops. It was years ago. We had the cops just start to really look for it and really start. And I think they were stopping people. I think a couple people got fined and it got real good for like a couple years, And I think now we're kind of.
They were letting the dogs walk
Councilperson,
without the leash and all that.
Forgot your name, Mathis. So at our last meeting or committee meetings, the mayor was, we discussed not, we have committee meetings for a reason and whomever the members are. So I know I've had you speak, but I'm gonna ask that you hold anything else for good and welfare.
Okay.
Thank you. So if we could please maybe Christia, you can just put it in your mind and we can talk about what we can do to sort of enforce both these issues, because I think both these issues are pretty serious and important.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else?
Madam Chair?
Yeah.
So I think that the code enforcement officer could possibly see some of the outside feeding, of course, because when they see, like, they drive around, they look at different houses. If you see, the outside feeding, the code enforcement officer might be able to catch that, and also, the poop much better. But if the manager can talk to the chief, because even though the chief deals with other things, there might be different things that the chief as a police officer might know, right, like ideas, like, oh yeah, I know about that. Oh, I used to, when I was in North Carolina, we used to do this, or something like that. He might know, so that might be something.
Great. Anything else before I open it up to Good and Welfare?
No, Madam Chair, not for me.
Thank you. Good and Welfare, anyone want to come up? State your name for the record.
Good evening, Anders Erbaum, 460 Northeast 89th Street, also a member of the council. I just want to go back to Christmas just for a second. The 3rd is less than 7 days after Thanksgiving. So that's my only word of caution on that, is that that could be, people get frustrated when the Thanksgiving stuff comes out too early. People get frustrated when the Christmas stuff comes out too early. So just, that would be my word of caution, is that that date of the 3rd really is less than 7 days after Thanksgiving. And then I have personally been to the Santa Claus train 2 years running, maybe more. It's hard to say anymore. But it's a phenomenally looked forward to event. So if we were able to couple one of our events with that, we would get a great turnout, and people would probably feel really great about it. The years past have been a lot of fun. So
I know, just to we talked about bringing back food truck night. So maybe if we do the tree trimming December 3rd, we can still maybe bring some food trucks the night of the trains, and then start off the food trucks during winter season, which is nice and cool. So that's something that we can look at.
Yeah, I think, Councilperson or Madam Chair Roman, I think that you're absolutely right. I think that Councilperson Erbaum brings up a good point, but also right after Thanksgiving, when you walk through the malls, it's
everyone
like Christmas. It's Christmas everywhere, right? Like the day after Thanksgiving almost, right? So
Halloween has been up.
For us, it's more about the decorating, I think, and then it's like the official time that we decorate the village. Right. So, but thank you for your comments. Anybody else for Good and Welfare?
No, I was Harold Matz, 420 Northeast 90th Street. To piggyback on what we were discussing earlier, we just had the cops just be more vigilant, and people who were walking their dogs without the leash were usually those people that were the culprits. And there was a couple of warnings, and then it got to the point where we issued, I think there was like 5 or 6 citations that were issued, and when people found out they were getting citations, it stopped.
That was it.
Okay. So we'll open it for discussion with the manager and see what we do. Anything else, Vice Mayor?
No, Madam Chair, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Anything else? No? Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn, Madam Chair.
Okay, I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, meeting ends at 8:24 p.m.
Great meeting, Madam Chair.